Comes like this, 8 minus 7 and 3/4. Let's just review that there. If you have 8 minus 7 and 3/4, you should do what first of all? Jacob?
Alright, I'll do that.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you got that. So this becomes 8 minus 7 and 3/4, correct? Now what? Because I can't take 3/4 away from 8, what needs to be accomplished or done at this point, Michael?
You need to change the 8 to a 7 and then put 4 or,
Yep, and make this 4/4. Whatever this bottom number is what you put over top of the same number there. And then you can do the problem. 3/4 from 4/4 is 1/4, and 7 minus 7 is 0. So your answer is just 1/4. Well, today is basically the same thing, except it's actually a fraction on top as well. For example, 4 and 1/3 minus 1 and 2/3. The same philosophy kind of holds true here. I'll give you a chance to write that down. Then we will speak in no uncertain terms of how to fix this problem here. As you look at this, you cannot take 2/3 away from 1/3. So what is the first step you're going to have to do? If you can't take 2/3 from 1/3, you are going to, just like always, you're going to have to borrow. Okay? So if I'm going to borrow, that means I have to do what to the 4? I'm taking something, Calvin? This is going to be a 3. Now, what happens to my fraction part then? Now remember back over here, what did we do? We made 4/4. Why? Because 4/4 is the same as 1, right? Well, in this case, my bottom number is a 3, so I have to add 3/3 to it because that's adding 1. What do you get when you add 3/3 to 1/3, Gary? Right, this number becomes 4/3. Okay, that's when I add my, and now I can do my subtracting. But rather than thinking about that the whole time, okay, a simple way to remember what to do when you borrow, okay, is to do what? Anybody? This was 1/3, it became 4/3. When you borrow, write this down. When you borrow, to make your new fraction, just add the top and the bottom together for a new top number. And now, get that down and then we'll talk about it. In other words, to get this new fraction that I have here, I just take the 3 plus the 1, and that's what my new top number will be. But I'll give you a chance to write that and we'll look at that. Everybody got it? Good.
No.
That's okay. I'm just going to write the problem here. 13 and 5/8 minus 6 and 7/8. Give me a chance to write that, then we shall talk Turkey-ish. When you borrow to make a new fraction, just add top and bottom for a new top. Okay, so when you have this, okay, I can't take 7/8 away from 5/8, so I have to borrow. That means this becomes a 12. This is all that you need to do, okay? You just need to take whatever these two numbers that make this fraction up, add them together. What is 8 plus 5? 13. That is what your new top number will be, okay? And then you will be able to subtract. 7/8 from 13/8 is 6/8, and 6 from 12 is 6, and then you have to simplify that because it can be reduced. Okay, all you need to do is add the two numbers together that make up that fraction, and you'll get your new top number. No, please make sure you're watching though. Not always when you have subtraction of fractions do you have to borrow. That's one of the problems we run into. We do something new and then everybody thinks every time I subtract fractions I'm going to have to borrow. No. Only when you have a top fraction that's bigger than a bottom fraction do you borrow. You don't have to do it all the time. For example, 7 and 5/8 minus 2 and 3/8. You don't have to borrow there. Why? Because this fraction's already smaller. So this one you don't have to borrow. You can just do it as subtract the fractions. 3 from 5 is 2/8, and then 7 minus 7. Now, if I flip those fractions around and made it 7 and 3/8 minus 2 and 5/8, now I have to borrow because I can't take 5/8 away from 3/8. So the question of the day is, see if we've caught on to the whole thing today. When I borrow from this 7 and make it a 6, what is my new top number over there going to be, and why? Loot?
11.
Because,
You have to add the
right, 8 plus 3 is 11, that's my new top number. What you're doing when you do that, children, is just this. It's a quicker way of doing this. I took 1 away from the 7, so I'm adding 8/8 to that. Well, when I add 8/8, the bottom stays the same, so it stays the same, and the top just gets added whatever that bottom was. So you're just kind of doing it quickly here. Quickly here. 11/8 from 5/8 is, did I just do this one? 6/8, 6 from 2 is 4.
No.
I don't think it's 4. So let me give you one to try here. How about 75 and 3/25 minus 14 and 21/25? Have at it. Give me an answer for that, if you would. And the proverbial answer would be, Sammy,
16, 16, 25.
60 and what?
16, 25.
I don't know, I haven't done it. So I have to add these two together for my new top number, which is 28. 21 from 28 is 7/25. This became a 74, and I get 60. Is that what you said, Sammy? Or what did we go wrong? Did you get it right?
No.
Anybody stop me what you didn't, if you don't understand what happened there? What don't you
I
get?
know what I did. I did it wrong.
If you did it wrong, that's one thing. If you don't understand how to do it, that's
No,
another.
I know.
One more, and then I'll set you free. How about this one? 5 and 9. Oh boy. 5 and 9/15 minus 3 and 14/15. Ain't that just a cat's meow? And the survey would say, Grace?
1 and 2/3.
Oh, let me try here. So I add 15 plus 9, you got 24. 14 from 24 is 10/15. 5 from 3 is 2. You can reduce 10/15 because 5 goes into both ones. Sorry, this should have been a 4. 1 and 2/3 is correct. Do we get that?
No.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right, for tomorrow, let us do set 48. Let's do 1 through 20. If we can incline. Yeah. If you're asking about number 1, it's just adding 2 tens together. If you're asking about number 3, you just multiply those 2 numbers together. Oh, don't overthink these. cheerleaders in here?
Yeah. We just
Just do, there's no cheerleading tonight?
I don't know, I don't think so.
I haven't heard. Well, since Brandon was not here, I was assuming maybe not for the hockey thing. So hopefully she sent no.